Throughout the whole process, we conducted 2 lots of audience feedback. This was our animatic and our rough cut. We conducted this research in the form of questionnaires using both open and closed questions to gather a full analysis of our film from other people's perspective. We conducted this research because we wanted to see whether our opinions of the film were similar to the ones of our audience. We asked our audience a range of 10 very varied questions. For example, one of the closed questions we asked was, is the storyline understandable? Our audience then simply had to answer yes or no. However, our more in-depth open questions asked things such as, could we make any improvements? This left it completely up to every individual to answer honestly and to give us some ideas on how to improve. This question to us has been the most essential and important factor is to attract your audience. We received a lot of interesting feedback, some positive and some negative, however still constructive. We asked our audience whether they felt a voiceover would make the film easier to understand. The majority of people said no, however those who said yes said the film would lose its effect. Our film has no voiceover, but could benefit from one, as there isn't a large amount of dialogue in the film as it is. The eerie music in the background, however, wouldn't be the same effect if you couldn't hear it as much. This is why the audience feedback is crucial, because it has definitely helped us to discover what would work best in our film. Our audience feedback told us to show the main character actually sleepwalking so that it was slightly clearer. However, we didn't want to give anything away too soon, therefore we felt that this clip worked perfectly. We experienced technical difficulty of sound, however we believe we managed to edit this in a clear way that was able to be heard by our audience without looking too strange. This question, therefore, aided us in seeing whether or not technical difficulty was noticeable, and if so, whether they felt it was dealt with successfully. At the end of our film, it shows our main character running away from the agoraphobia and is genuinely scared. Therefore, he is running as far away as he could, not knowing what else to do. This, by asking our audience this question, we were able to see whether they had the same view or whether they saw something completely different. We did make some changes to our film, as the audience knows better than us, so to speak. We simply removed all the shots that were out of focus, as this was one of the improvements we were given by the majority of our audience. After taking their advice on board, we then played our film back to ourselves and noticed major changes in a positive way. We didn't take on all of the suggestions from our audience, as we felt they wouldn't have made a huge impact to what was already happening in each scene. For example, our audience wanted us to change the ending, as they found it was clearer to some than others. But from our perspective, we liked this controversy, as it was in fact our aim to leave the viewers confused and puzzled. It would also make more sense as our genre was a psycho thriller. We show the change between support and deep sleep. However, our audience felt we could have enhanced this more to improve our editing skills. We didn't feel this would have made much effect, and therefore decided to keep it the same. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for watching and listening. As you can see, our audience feedback has taught us an awful lot and has been extremely useful during the making of our film.